Hi, Area Fada. Excellent afternoon. Great to have you on the chat session with me this
Mhm.
afternoon. Uh, Thank you for sharing part of your evening with me. And I must drop that before we go further. You are an icon I've known since my childhood, with a lot of uniqueness in you. You are one of those who inspire me to ask my folks, my parents, that who is this man? He's so
Mhm.
different. His style of dressing, your piercing, your piercings and motorbike riding and other public stunts makes you unique, to be honest. And I must say that I could not have thought back then that someday I'll be speaking with you on a live chat like this. I'm so excited. On a positive note, I feel great sense of privilege for you to have honored my invite and created time to be on the live chat session. And for the record, you are one of the few musicians that has always lent his voice through your craft against the ills of our society. And I'm proud to associate with you being a society transformer. And I say thank you again for all you've done thus far. Few months back, June 20 to be precise, ahead of your 70th birthday. And I'm also taking this time, this medium, to wish you a happy birthday in arrears, and to pray that God grants you longevity and prosperity in soundness of health. Thank you so much, Baba 70.
This looks
Yeah,
like this feels like an opening statement, Abby. Yeah. Okay,
it's my
now.
opening speech. All right,
Opening
so
speech.
how are you doing
Uh,
today? You think you have cold?
yeah, I think I'm trying to come down with something. I don't know.
Like
How am I doing
seriously?
today? Today's okay. I stepped out about 9 o'clock in the morning. I went to support, the mothers who were out today in Suleri, near the stadium, to support the protest. I was actually doing my exercise, doing my road walk, but I decided to take it all the way to Suleri. So it was a nice feeling. I've been itching to come out, but the body no day like it did before.
I know. Oh,
I
but
have
you're cooking.
I
You're
have
cooking.
a bad leg, so I can't stand for too long. I can't walk for too long, and that's why I've been sort of taking a back seat, but
Oh,
enjoying what is really going on and praying to God that this continues. And that's why I keep telling young people to stand their ground. Nothing will happen, you know, because this is the time to show that they that they are not, what they call them, lazy youths. And if they've been sleeping, there's a time to wake up, and they've woken from their slumber.
oh yes.
So I'm happy with what's happening. I wish it could go on till they start to to get some of the things they are demanding for.
Mm.
Because the only people that can save Nigeria now you people, is the young people. Those are the
Yeah.
only people who can save Nigeria right now. So the future still belongs to young people, and I'm happy they're taking the bull by the horn.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. And then for area father yourself, himself, I believe decades count as a generation, and you have witnessed number of generations in our great country. And what can you say from history about our country and governance? before we proceed into other things that we want to talk about today. Based on your wisdom, your age, and experience, which is a fountain we should tap from today. What is your opinion regarding your the different generations that you have witnessed or observed?
Well, I'm a baby of the early 50s, and when they born people like us, Nigeria was still good, you know. Um, uh, Families are not, families were in a certain mode at the time because it all had to do with integrity, honesty, the goodness in a person. We didn't know who had money or who didn't have money. And it looked like everybody was sort of united. I remember in our days when we were little, they wouldn't ask you which state are you from or where are you from exactly. You're a Nigerian, that's it. But I think that after the Civil War, after the Nigerian Biafran crisis, somewhere around 1970, things started to really go down, accelerate, and this is where we find ourselves. Sometimes I don't blame young people because they inherited a Nigeria that is already poto poto, you know. But sometimes I do blame them too because even if you bequeathed something you don't like, something that is bad, it's up to you to make something out of it, and you have to be passionate about that. You have to feel concerned. You can't afford, because it's your destiny after all, it's your future after all. So you can imagine where Nigeria can be without young people. It's not for all these old criminals and riffraffs in position of power. They don't even have the faintest idea. So
True.
it didn't used to be this horrible, but I know like people of your generation, you were born into the poto. You never experienced anything good about Nigeria. It's always been one scandal, one mess up or the other, and it's always been corruption. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I like to concentrate on a more positive thing, being that young people have awakened from their slumber. And I've been quite, very happy for the past 1 week, seeing all the stuff that has been going on. People might say, yeah, there's no leadership. I think what they're trying to say, there's no arrowhead. There is a leadership because you can't do this at this magnitude without some form of leadership, okay? But they've decided to do the right thing by not having an arrowhead you can point to, because that's the sure way to start to break the rank and files,
I agree
quickly.
with you. I agree with you. And I think to add to what you've just said, I think it's for me that this is my opinion that it's actually good that we don't have a leader right now or arrowhead, so to speak, because I feel
Yeah.
that the government have a way of bringing those arrowheads or the leaders as in buying their conscience before you know it, they influence the youth again. So it's good
They're
that
good.
we don't have
They're good with
anyone
that.
that
That's what they do.
yes, exactly. So it's good that we don't have any arrowhead, so to speak, right now that they can actually reckon with because there are a couple of other people involved, and everybody is coming out to lend their voices. So there's no how they can buy the old people, so to speak, except if they come out to do the right thing. So I'm so happy about that right now. So, sir, I really want to appreciate the concern
No, no, no,
and
no, no, no. I warned you about this. I'm not sir. I'm
Yeah,
not a
Father,
knight.
Father.
Don't
I'm
call
sorry.
me sir.
Yes, yes, I take that back. I take that back. I'm going to get used to Father. So, Father, I
Okay.
really want to appreciate the concern and the sensitivity you have shown to the youth, even though you are a father and a grandfather to many of the youths out there. And you have, in the past few days, aligned with the youth as well. And you've shown deep concern, also listening to you speak, and even despite the fact that, you are getting younger. That is the word I want to use right now. But yet you are still out there to support the youth, which we really appreciate, and and the outfelt trouble for for the pains and the terror and the dehumanization and deprivation the youth are going through right now. So you see, you are one of the few who have come out today to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to come out for the youth and speak for them and lend their voices, just like you've been doing in past years. Most parents and grandparents have remained in their homes today. So my question is, you have come on the street. What motivated you to say you still want to continue with this journey and you want to join the youth in fighting this to the end?
What motivated me? I've been doing this for the past 45 years now. 45 years before you were even born. I've been doing this now. And, I always say that at birth, God gives everybody something. It's up to you to find what is your gift from God. And it's all about nature and nurture. I remember when I was, a toddler, grown into a teenager.
The network
My
is a
father,
bit erratic at your head right
at my end, are you sure it's at my end? Can you hear me?
now. Yeah, we can hear you
Can you
now.
hear
It's
me?
clearer now. Yes, it's clearer now,
Okay.
Father. Yes, sir. Yes, Father.
I remember all the moral medicines my father was giving me. One, anyway, it's injustice, fight it or fight it, otherwise it will chop your head off. I remember the other famous one, you must know who you are. And he kept on saying that. One day I called him, I said, but I know who I am. My name is Charles Suputa. I live at number 11 Ahofia Street, Borokiri, Port Harcourt. So, he said, no, it's beyond that. Because if you're an Oputa, you behave like this, you act like this, your word must be your bond. So those were the moral values that were inculcated into my DNA, So I believe that it's a contract between me and my God where we sign. Sometimes I try to wonder, is this a cause? Because throughout the 45 years I've fought for the Nigerian youth, there have been betrayals through those decades, 4 decades. There have always been betrayal. The people you fight for sometimes come back, turn around to fight you back, But you see, when you're that involved and you're passionate, and it's not like you're forming anything. It's because it's in your DNA. That's how God created you. You can't stop. So it's been a long time coming. Like I said, for the past 45 years, I've been encouraging the Nigerian youths to be their authentic self. And I think somehow I've inspired young people to not only believe in themselves, but never to let anything kill their dream, So, I mean, if that's just the bit I've done, I guess it's okay,
All right. Many thanks for that. We know that you have been a strong societal activist over the years, and you have always spoken against bad governance and corrupt leaders. What with the frame of what is happening right now among our youths today, as a social engineer, and motivator of the youth. What's your advice, or what can you say to them right now that can continue to make them go further in this fight of having a better environment?
Any choice. When I say I don't have any choice, this is a two-time. Okay, it's a two-time. It's a two-time circumstances. They either do
I can't hear
or
you.
they die. Can you hear me now? Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now, sir. It's better now, Father.
Okay. So, like I'm saying, you're asking me what can I tell them? This is their only chance.
Where do you think this would lead to?
I'm hoping that it leads to the government for once realizing that they are the mumus, not the young people. That the young people are only fighting for their future. And you can't stop them from doing that, But I'm hoping that the young people will be determined, because this is a do or die battle.
Oh, yes.
They either get it right or they don't have a future as far as this contraption called Nigeria goes. So they don't even have a choice. This is what they should be doing, what they should have been doing, but anytime any person wake now in morning, so this is their morning, and they can never, ever afford to give up. That's what I say. Because me, I'm counting on you people. I'm counting on you people, because I've always said for the past 30 years, I've said that the survival of this country lies in the hands of its exceptional youth. Not be old people go still come fix Nigeria, because the old people have set a bad example. Look at your leaders. They've set horrible example. And that's not to say that there are not a few youthful mumus around there. But I know that when the youths are determined, when they make up their mind, they can walk that 1,000 miles. And 1,000 miles, the walk of 1,000 miles starts with one step. SARS is not the issue. It's part of it. But it's way down the ladder. It's way down the ladder. But I think they want to start from SARS, which is good. And then we can talk about other things that are bothering young people, that are disturbing young people from blossoming in an environment of poto-poto because of the horrible, 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 pathetic leadership that you have. So they don't have a choice. Young people, you have no choice. This is it. We all die here. You fight, or you succumb, or you die.
Oh, yes.
Whichever way, we're going to die,
Yes, so.
Yeah.
We all die here. So, Father, in 2017, 3 years ago, you were in a solidarity march with the youth on the hashtag Our Mumu Don't Do. Because listening to you talk about Mumu Don't Do and all of that. So the call was on the president being out of the country for a long medical vacation at the time. So now that you are back on the streets in support of the youths again, what are the odds against the youths?
They've always been there. The odds against the youth is the riffraffs in government, the criminals in government, these old bloody fools who have refused to give it up, and they're so insensitive, they don't see young people. They don't care about young people. They only care about their pickings, their sons and their daughters. That's where it ends. Okay? So, they will, like I keep telling young people, I mean, how do they ever imagine in their wildest dream that this set of riffraffs in power will say to them one day, nah, Make una come take over now. We don't tire. We don't want to do again. Person where they chop a wolf money, you know fit tire.
Oh,
So
yes.
for you to displace that kind of a human being, you una go rako, na fight oh, na fight. And young people, we need to be strategic. I hear people saying, what can I do? My small self, I don't have money. Who knows me? Nobody is too small to make a difference. Nobody. At least you get mouth, you can talk. Do you know if you put like 40 million youths in this country, we'll no cover all the youths, so 40 million youths, and they're saying the same thing. Do you know how powerful that is? Which government no go fear? In fact, let me tell you something. Even during Abacha, during Babangida, I know how threatened the government, military regime at the time, how they were always threatened when the youths, they come out to protest. How jittery that makes them. Until somebody, the evil genius, use money to break the rank and file of the Nigerian students. That's where we started to have problems. Youth began to derail. But I thank God for what is happening now. I can only pray. And that is why in my post of yesterday, I said, well, for the fake pastors or the real pastors, tomorrow has to be a prayer session for the Nigerian youths. All of them we don't decide that they are no longer sleeping. They have decided to take the bull by the horn. We should have a day of prayer for them. Absolutely. Because now, only this thing, it is what they are doing that will salvage this country. Okay? So, these old bastards, they don't know how to use the internet. This is part of the weapon you have, plus your numbers, plus your mouth, plus your intelligence, plus your strength. Okay? I mean, I've seen people sleeping in a location for 3 days going now. The same people. They are camped there. This is what is needed. And they've behaved themselves and they've been ever so peaceful.
Coordinated.
This is what it's needed.
All right. Thank you. And I think I also thank God that we are seeing positive changes and quick responses from the government in reaction to the protest.
Don't forget about those these people are Wayo people. Una say NSAS. They went and brought SWAT. They are useless people. Do you understand? You cannot believe this government. You cannot believe this government. Anything they say does not mean anything. So you ignore these people. Until this government, they are saying to themselves, what has happened to the youth? They mean this thing, no? That is when you strike fear in their hearts. Okay? Don't believe anything. They were talking about police reform. I say, who want reform who? Have you seen Fada, where criminals are reforming criminals? It's not possible. Yeah.
So, Fada, listening to you now, so going forward, will you advise the Nigerian youth to channel their energy to channel their energy to protest, getting things done or seeing the positive changes we desire in our country by giving ultimatum to the government? Because like you said earlier, NSAS, they brought NSWAT and all of that. Should we just give them an ultimatum that if we leave the streets in 2 weeks, if we do not request our demands in terms of basic amenities, we are coming back to the streets? Or what advice would you give to the Nigerian youth right now in terms of the energy that they are showing during this protest?
You see, waiting don't spoil for this country, don't spoil very badly. The government don't even see you people. They don't care. If all of you like die, it does not concern them. What concerns them is that money that they are stealing to be in power for perpetuity. That is just remain there. Now, the only thing we concern them, if you give ultimatum and you leave the street, nothing is going to happen. If you don't leave the street and they see that the numbers have become overwhelming, they'll bring out the soldiers. They'll bring out the soldiers. They'll go back to their old way of using terror against the people, the patriotic Nigerians who are fighting for their country.
Okay.
They will intimidate you. They will assassinate some of us, hoping that the people, they will strike fear in the hearts of the people. I say we have no choice. This is a do or die situation.
We die here.
And you guys will die here. You guys have to understand that. Somebody must die. Somebody must make that ultimate sacrifice for Nigeria to be fixed. Because we allowed it to get this bad.
For too long.
Now it's become a problem. Yes. Don't ever believe in this government. They are up to no good. This government, they are not human beings. They are demonic. There's nothing pleasant about them. They are liars, they are criminals, they are riffraffs, they are all thieves. So what else? I mean, can you imagine yourself, you want to sit down at the table to talk to mad people? What do you want to tell them? How can they comprehend what you're trying to say? They are tone deaf. They don't care whether we live or we die.
This is powerful.
I'm calling a spade a spade. There's no need being this is how it is. This is what's going on.
I appreciate that.
Fight for it or we roll over and let them come and kill all of us, because they will do that. You can imagine people whose mentality are still stuck in the 15th century, who believe that might is right. So what does democracy mean to them? Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
So, Father, it is important that I set the record straight that on several occasions you have been tortured by the Nigerian police and the military for standing up to the government, so to speak. And this is for the youth who may want to probably give up in the fight or are feeling tired, and my question is, during those periods when you were being tortured by the police and the military, what kept you going? And the fearless, what was the fearless spirit in you that kept you going for the fights? Because I think that for the youth listening to us right now, for people like us, we need something from someone like you who have experienced many generations, many decades in the past. What are the experiences, or what advice can you give to us that can keep us going in this fight?
Everybody should believe that if they want anything badly enough, they will get it. But they have to work for it. And sometimes they have to suffer to get it. Life is not a tea party. There's a whole lot of challenges in life. And that is my problem with the prosperity preachers, the fake pastors, who want to make young people believe that they can get something out of nothing just by praying. A miracle will happen. The only miracle that happens in this world that I know of is the one you make for yourself. Charlie Boy was a miracle because nobody believed in the brand when I started. Yeah? My parents were born me, they no believe. They think say finally you're going to lose. You're going to be so irresponsible because you got into this. Nigerians did not believe in the brand because they say, what is this brand teaching our children? Look at how he looks. They were busy looking at how I was looking. Meanwhile, the people they should be looking at, the thieves and the criminals, yeah, are people who come in three-piece suit. I be no be so. Then they wear agbada. Then see me because I wear tia jeans. They say I look like a criminal. I'm a bad influence. So first of all, you have to have confidence in yourself. You have to believe that whatsoever you put your mind to, that you'll attain it if you are stubborn as Charlie Boy. And I ask everybody to be as stubborn as Charlie Boy. Because look at it now. Now the same papa and mama will no agree my way initially. Those are the same people that came back. They were doing like this for me. Before they died, they were doing like this for me. Going around introducing themselves. My papa would say, if you ask them, the first statement, I'm Charlie Boy's father. If he wasn't that proud, if he wasn't that proud, would he say that? So my life story is supposed to inspire young people. As long as you believe in where you're going, what you want for yourself, and you're consistent. Consistency, yes. And you're tenacious, and you're focused, and you are stubborn as Charlie Boy. 99% of the time, you're going to get that thing you dream of. And I want to state categorically that I know I've helped millions of youths in this country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? In the terms of making them, inspiring them, that whatever they so desire is possible. And they should never, never let anybody kill their dreams for them. Because my dreams came true. Because I believed in myself. I stayed consistent. I was tenacious. I worked very hard. And I was as stubborn as Charlie Boy. And that's how I got here. So these are what the youths should try. Consistency, hard work, being tenacious, have your eyes on that ball at all times.
Above no all, stop you now. Be as stubborn as Charlie Boy.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So, Fada, the Nigerian army gave a press release lending their support and loyalty to the government of Buhari that sounded like threatening the youth to tread carefully in the protests like this, Is this sustainable for the government, given your experiences or your experience over the years? Do you think this is sustainable?
What is sustainable?
What is happening right now, knowing that the Nigerian army gave a press release lending their support and loyalty to the government of Buhari, and it sounded like they were more in support of Buhari's administration, threatening the youth, so to speak, to tread carefully in protest that is going on right now. So my question now is this sustainable for the government, given your experience over the years?
The government has all the resources to intimidate and terrorize us for the rest of their lives. We need to decide, is that what we want to accept? Because there has to be a pushback. And the blunt truth and fact is, there'll be blood on the street. We can't afford not to have that.
There's no how we can avoid the blood.
Even if because so far, look, they've been very peaceful. But even coming out in large numbers, like we have been coming out. It's a threat for them. Because all they want to do is to turn everybody into second slavery. We become their subject. We do as they want. Anytime, any minute. Okay? They rather have us as slaves. So yes, I'm not surprised the army will come out to say what it's saying. That's a subtle threat. Exactly. Because the longer this thing goes, you now start to see them to perform. You hear that, oh, they shot 5 people there. They shot 20 people here. Because they want you to be intimidated. They want you to be afraid. They don't want you to raise your voices. But there's no way you can do that now. Except you just want to die dishonorably. You stay in your house, they come and kill you, nobody go investigate, nothing will come out of it. You see, like I said, they talk like this. I don't care about my life anymore. Because if they kill me today, nothing will happen. Nobody go investigate. Police go find something, tell everybody.
So sad.
And that will be... Yeah, that is the Nigeria we're in now.
Found ourselves.
You know?
So, Father, just as in the case of the youth fighting for the welfare of police today, who are in the mid 90s, you fought for the right of military pensioners during Abacha. Abacha.
Have you been investigating me?
So, Father, I do a lot of research work, and I have good things around me as well. And I like when I'm bringing in my resource people, I ask questions, intelligent questions that can transform the society, especially the youth at hand. So sometimes it might look as if I've been interrogating your...
No, it's good, because as a journalist, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
So
and I think that's the only way that
shows you're ready for your subject, that you know your subject. You know your subject, you know what you're about to discuss. You know, because a lot of people, not just rumors they want to talk about. I hear say, yeah.
Nah, I'm not for that. So thank you, sir, for your compliment. So going back to the question, you know, like I said, in the mid 90s, you fought for the right of military pensioners during Abacha's military dispensation for marching to defense headquarters in Abuja to demand for payment of their pension arrears at the time, so to speak. Were your requests granted then? And can you say that the welfare of military in Nigeria has improved?
Well, I don't know about now, but at the time, because I used to stay somewhere in a hotel, because then I was still in Lagos. So I was frequenting Abuja. I used to stay in a hotel around the army headquarters. And there used to be thousands and thousands of aged people who were sleeping on the street. And of course, the government didn't care about them. If you come to that whole area, it used to stink like a shit pit because of the human beings, the amount of human beings, over 7,000 of them. So one day, as I was driving out the hotel, people who were for small money, as I was bringing something from my pocket, some small cash to give to them, one dropped dead. That is, he just fall right there and then and died. So that was what evoked my curiosity. I started asking, who are these people? Blah, blah, blah. What is their problem? And I decided to take champion their cause. Because some people have trekked from another state to Abuja just to get that pension, because their life depended on that pension. And these were Nigerian soldiers who might have killed my Igbo brothers during Biafra. Yes, yes. But no be that one why they think. I was looking at them. They could have been my father. So somebody has to champion this. And actually, we marched to Aso Rock. We were going to Aso Rock, not army headquarters. When we were stopped, when I was arrested, when I was beaten, I was abused, the army, the police. I collect 1 week now for sale. Everybody don't beat me. NDLA don't beat me. Nigerian Navy don't beat me. Nigerian Army don't so beat me. Police don't beat me. They don't lock me. So, I mean, you can't stay in the kitchen if you don't like the heat. Because the kitchen comes with heat. So, I mean, these things are expected. So if you take because, say, then go beat you or then go beat you again, you're not going to do anything now.
Absolutely.
But I got to that point, well, hey, if I die, I die. Because some people don't do. Some don't die, some no die. So I can't carry that in the front of my head. Okay? I'm aware of those challenges. I'm aware of the serious consequences. Okay? But I can't let that stop me from the thing that is driving me, because like today, I've been watching everything that has been happening for the past 1 week, and I've been so elated, happy. I say, oh, okay, so after all, Nigerian youths are no longer mumus, okay? Today I couldn't help myself. With my bad leg, I still went out. Because if that is the contract with you and God, so be it. The thing that's so you go to push you. Whether you see tankers, you're not going to even think about, say, person fit die. And it's not I mean, if I die now, my sister, if I die now, I die quick. I don't die quick. You can imagine a whole small boy like me. A whole small boy like me. I get 9 children. Yes. My first son is almost 51. My first son, 51, an associate professor, okay, in a damn good university in America. Okay, I get 16, no be 5, no be 10, no be 15. I said 16 grandchildren. Okay, when my parents was alive, the last years of my parents, they stayed with me. I brought them from the village. They lived with me for 14 years. They were the happiest parents on the face of this earth. And my joy and pride was that I took good care of my parents. So if I die now, I never try.
Don't try.
I never try. So why something as small, as constant as death could they fear me? Not be say I won't go kill myself tomorrow. But if perchance, I mean, the people who don't die, I better pass them. I not better pass them now. So I should not be afraid of death like that, because we're all going to die. We were born to die.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We just don't know who is next. We can only pray to God for longevity.